Every chef has their first station, their first big kitchen, their first moment where they wonder if they even belong there. For me, that came the day I stepped into my first fine dining kitchen. I was surrounded by cooks from all over the world, talent, skill, and discipline everywhere I looked. And there I was, thinking if I even belonged there. Today, I want to talk about something that every chef has gone through at one point or another, but rarely admits it. And that's imposter syndrome. I'll never forget how intimidating it was. The pace was fast, the standards, they were really high, and every move I made felt like I was being watched. And to be honest, I felt out of place. I started to question myself. Am I good enough? Can I handle this? What if I can't keep up? And that's what imposter syndrome does. But instead of letting it consume me, I made a choice. I could have easily just walked out of that kitchen, or I would stay and just go for it. I ignored the noise, focused on the line, and let my experience take over. Now, I didn't have one magic moment where the imposter syndrome just went away. In fact, sometimes it pops up, and that's okay. It's normal. I didn't get a compliment from a chef or a guest. It wasn't a perfect dish where everybody looked at me and said, wow, what a great job you did. It was about me showing up each and every single shift. And every shift taught me something. Consistency matters. The pride in your work matters. And your attitude on the line can make or break you. Real quick, if you're enjoying this conversation and you want more behind the scenes stories of the hospitality industry, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It's free. It'll help us grow. And trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming up next. Now back to the conversation. I learned that kitchens don't just test your skills. They also test you on your resilience. And every single time I walked on the line, I built a little bit more proof that I belonged there. Not because someone told me. Now granted, my chef who hired me also believed in me. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been there. One of the biggest things that helped me overcome imposter syndrome came later in my career. I was listening to a man named David Goggins, and he was talking about a cookie jar analogy. Now, the idea is very simple. Every challenge you've overcome, every obstacle you've pushed through is like a cookie in your jar. So whenever I face anything that's overwhelming, I always reach into that jar. I remind myself I've been through tougher times, I faced worse, and then I've always made it out stronger at the end. When I start to think like that, that just changed everything for me. Suddenly, that big mountain of a task that was in front of you now just became a simple step. And it's probably because you've already climbed bigger mountains. And that's how I started to quiet that inner voice that just kept telling me that I wasn't good enough for that line. So to anyone who's listening, who's battling imposter syndrome this very moment, let me tell you this. You're not in that kitchen, that job, or that opportunity by accident. You put in the work to get there. And that person who put you there saw it as well. Every late night, every burn, every rush, and every shift that almost broke you, it all led you to this very moment. So when that voice starts to creep in, and when you start to doubt yourself, just do what I did. Shut the noise out, trust in your experience, and remember your cookie jar. Courage doesn't mean that you're not afraid. It means you keep going. And trust me, you belong.